Lagos, a city full of dreams, love, and heartbreak, was buzzing with excitement as Valentine's Day approached. Shops were decorated with red and white balloons, street vendors sold roses at every corner, and couples flooded social media with pictures of their romantic dates. But for F, Valentine's Day was just another painful reminder of what she didn't have. F was a smart, hardworking woman in her late 20s. She worked as an administrative officer in one of Lagos' top banks, where she had been secretly in love with her colleague, Sei, for almost a year. Sei was everything she admired in a man: tall, handsome, charming, and successful. He was confident and friendly, the type of man who always had people around him. The problem? He barely noticed F beyond the occasional "good morning" or "have a great weekend." What F didn't know was that Sei had been deeply hurt in the past. His last relationship had ended in betrayal when his fiancée left him for a wealthier man just a few months before their wedding. Since then, he had closed himself off emotionally, refusing to invest in any relationship beyond casual interactions. He masked his pain with work and friendships, but had become indifferent to love. At the same time, F was under immense pressure from her family to get married. Every visit home turned into a reminder of how her younger cousins were already married with children. F, when will you bring a man home? Time is not on your side, her mother would say. The pressure weighed heavily on her, making her desperation to win Sei's love even stronger. One afternoon, frustrated and tired of waiting, F poured her heart out to her best friend, Chism, over smoothies at a small cafe in Soralia. F, Lagos is not a place to sit around waiting for love to find you. If you want something, you go after it, Chism said, stirring her drink with a straw. Go after it how? F asked, her curiosity piqued. Chism leaned in and whispered, there's a woman at Baligan Market who sells herbs and potions. They say she can make a man fall in love with you. F's eyes widened. You mean love potions? That's ridiculous. It's harmless, Chism insisted. Just a few drops in his drink, and he'll start seeing you the way you want. F hesitated. She had grown up in church and knew this was wrong. But watching Sei flirt with other women was too painful. The idea of having his love even if it wasn't real was tempting. The next day, she found herself walking through the crowded alleys of Baligan Market, her heart pounding with excitement and fear. After asking for directions, she reached a small, dimly lit stall filled with strange-looking bottles and dried herbs. An elderly woman, Mama Bose, sat behind the counter, her sharp eyes studying F as if she already knew why she was there. You want him to love you? Mama Bose asked, her voice deep and knowing. F swallowed hard. Yes. The old woman nodded and reached for a tiny bottle filled with a dark liquid. 3 drops in his drink. He will be yours. But be careful what you wish for. F hesitated but handed over the money. As she walked away, she clutched the bottle tightly, her mind racing with both excitement and doubt. On Valentine's Day, their office held a small celebration. Sei sat in the lounge, sipping a cold bottle of Coke, laughing with his friends. F's hands trembled as she approached him, pretending to be casual. Hey, Sei. Enjoying the party? She asked, forcing a smile. Oh yeah, just another day, he said, chuckling. As he looked away for a moment, F quickly poured 3 drops of the potion into his drink. Her heart pounded as he lifted the bottle to his lips and took a long sip. At first, nothing happened. But the next day, everything changed. Sei started paying her extra attention. He messaged her first thing in the morning, brought her coffee at work, and even waited for her after office hours. By the end of the week, he was completely smitten, sending her flowers, taking her out to expensive restaurants, and constantly declaring his love. F was overjoyed. It had worked. She finally had the man of her dreams. But soon, her happiness turned to fear. Sei became possessive. He wanted to be with her all the time. If she didn't answer his calls immediately, he would show up at her office, demanding to know why. If she talked to another man, even a colleague, he would glare at them with jealousy. One evening, he appeared at her apartment unannounced. "F, why haven't you been answering my calls?" he asked, his eyes wild. "I was busy, Sei." "You can't just come to my house like this," she said, backing away. "You don't love me as much as I love you," he muttered, his fist clenched. F's heart pounded. This wasn't love. This was obsession. Terrified, she ran back to Mama Bo's the next day. "Please, make it stop," she cried. The old woman sighed. "Love is not something you force, my child. You played with fire." F pleaded for a way out. Finally, Mama Bo's handed her another potion. "Mix this in his drink. It will break the spell." F wasted no time. The next day, she tricked Sei into drinking the antidote. Slowly, the obsession faded. Within a week, he barely acknowledged her existence, as if nothing had ever happened between them. F sat alone in her apartment that night, reflecting on everything. She had tried to force love, but love could never be controlled. It had to be real, natural, and mutual. She had nearly ruined her life, and Sei's, because of desperation. Days later, to her surprise, she started noticing another colleague, Tund. He had always been kind, always there when she needed help at work, but she had never really paid attention to him. Unlike Sei, Tund was gentle and patient, and when he finally asked her out, she realized that love had been right in front of her all along. Meanwhile, Chisholm came to her in tears. "F, I was wrong. I should have never suggested that love potion. I led you astray, and I'm so sorry." F forgave her friend. She had learned a lesson that would stay with her forever. Love should never be a trap. It should be a gift, freely given and received. That Valentine's season, F didn't just find love, she found peace. And this time, it was real.